Fitness regimes are constantly changing, and if you've been trying to shift those inches from your waistline and nothing seems to be happening, don't give up just yet. There just might be a way for you to lose those inches. Let's live out loud with Cynthia Kariuki from Technoshape next. It's a pleasure to have you on this channel. Please click subscribe and hit notifications. That way you never miss an episode when we upload. Remember to drop us a comment and share this video if you see something that you like. And it's all about styling your body. How can you lose inches off of that dreaded midriff zone, the pot, the tummy, the one pack? And here to help us shape up in the best way possible is Cynthia Kariuki from Technoshape. Cynthia, Madam Director, it's so good to see you.
Oh, it's so good to see you as well, and thank you so much for the opportunity.
I'm all set to work out because I'm going to give it a spin.
Yes.
But before I get on the machines and before I experience Technoshape on my own, let's kick off this conversation with understanding what causes pot bellies, because the one thing a lot of people talk about and are concerned about is tumbo, spot, so what causes a pot belly?
Number one is definitely what we eat. Diet, I think it definitely plays a huge role as to, weight gain. And I always say at the end of the day, we do style our bodies in the kitchen. If you stuff yourself with like fried foods, your fast foods, your sugars, your desserts, alcohol sometimes, like when too much of something is not good, If you tend to do that a lot, you'll tend to then gain weight, and obviously the pot belly will come. Number two, I think for me would be exercise. Most times, remember, what you're eating, you have to burn it out. So if you're eating more and storing more fat, then obviously you'll definitely get that fat mass. And number three, I think, which sometimes happens with some people, and some people are lucky enough not to really experience it, is with age. Because you'll tend to see the older you get, then definitely the metabolism will definitely go down. And therefore, once again, you're burning fewer calories. And then here is our unwanted fat. And where is it? In the problem zone.
It's a problem zone for so many. I know friends, both male and female, who have walked into a gym, taken on exercise regimes, they've got personal trainers, but every month the complaint is the same. I'm losing weight everywhere but my pot is not moving, my tumbo is still here. Yes. My one pack, when will it become a 2-pack or a 3-pack? Anything except a 1-pack. And there's a phenomenon around that there's something about this tummy fat. Tell us about this, what is it, apple shape?
Yes, the apple shape problem.
Yes.
So you'll find that sometimes the people who tend to gain weight around the tummy area quite a bit. More so you'll find that even when they're shedding weight, even if you're running on the treadmill, you're doing your cardio, your weights, you'll find that you tend to firm or you shed like in your legs, your arms, but then the stomach area still has a lot of fat. And so that tends to really, as you're saying, you get so frustrated because you're like, why am I going to the gym so much? And still I'm not seeing the results that I want, or even in a specific time. So it is there, and it is a problem that people have. Not everyone has it, but once again, you'll find a lot of people tend to gain weight around their stomach area.
It's interesting, you talk about fat loss from everywhere around the body except the tummy, and it takes me back to an experience I had. I was working with this man in the media, Jimmy Gathu, and he looked at me one day and he said, something's changed. I think your face has lost weight. I think your face is thinner. And I said, yeah, great. I guess my face can fit in my jeans now, right? But I understand that phenomenon completely because you've worked out and you want certain areas to shrink, but they're not moving as quickly as you want.
Yes.
Which of course brings us to Technoshape and the promise of Technoshape. It's all about the inches moving from where you want them to move.
Yes.
Tell us more.
We've just brought it into the market recently, and what it does is that it actually just helps transform the body's ability to burn fat around the midriff area.
Now when we talk about midriff, it's not just here. there's this love handles, you know, the
Ooh,
tires, the
yes.
love handles. Yes.
The ones that wouldn't go away.
And the muffin top when you put on
Yes.
your jeans and you've got this little one pack that's oozing out of the back.
Exactly.
So it takes care of everything around
Yes,
the waistline.
the whole entire midriff section.
Oh wow, so how does it do this?
So what happens is that it uses the theory of using cardio exercise with pressure pose therapy. It's basically how is it possible to then pump in pressure into the midriff area and then get the blood circulation flowing, which then leads to fat burning. Right. So you have your pressure chamber on, you're working out, there's pressure that's going in at different intervals, and these intervals are very much dependent on two things: your fitness level as well as your age. So obviously you don't want to be pumping in too much pressure into that area, and then obviously you're not that fit.
That's how it works. It's
Exactly.
really all about pressure and blood circulation.
Exactly.
And making sure things are happening around the waistline.
Exactly.
Does this mean there's some kind of reduced kind of flow when you have too much fat that's hanging out here?
Yes. Sometimes that could be the reason, but then
Right.
sometimes also you'll tend to see, if you run on the treadmill, once you step out, where do you feel like there's a lot of, you know, like you feel like you're sweating more? It's around like your face, you know, like
your
other
arms,
parts.
your legs, even your
Exactly.
shin bones. Sometimes I get a
Exactly.
sweaty shin bone.
Exactly.
And I'm thinking, why are you sweating there? There's no fat there.
Exactly.
You should be sweating here and here.
Exactly. In fact, by the time you're removing the belt, there's a lot of sweat that's dripping. And then when you touch your torso, you tend to realize that it's actually quite warm. So what does that show is that there's a lot of pressure that's going in, which is then enhancing the blood circulation. And then, which means for sure, there must be fat burning that's going on.
That's happening there. So that's what happens. That's the science behind it. That's the technique of Technoshape.
Yeah.
I'd like us to move forward with this discussion and talk about how it works. I mean, to get the best results, because it's one thing to say this is how it works, but of course it will also call for something from me.
Yes.
It's not just showing up. There's frequency. How many times will I show up?
Yes.
There's also what can I expect when I show up?
Exactly.
I am going to try it in a few minutes,
Yes.
but before I do,
Yeah.
let's talk about frequency. How often should one do this?
Yes.
To be able to see some results and some inch loss around this area.
I'm actually very glad that you've brought up a very important point. It all starts from you.
Right.
And that's what we tend to tell our clients, is that you have to be very accountable. You have to make sure that you're consistent any given point. You know, in any type of exercise that you do, even when you're going to the gym, you know that you have to be very consistent. So it applies with Technoshape as well. You have to be consistent, and we usually say that at least try and do 3 times a week. And then have that going on for a month. So we usually call 12 sessions a course.
Right.
And to just make sure that we're able to show you results and actually work with you, we'll take measurements before your first session, and then we'll take measurements before your 12th session. If you're disciplined and if you're consistent, you will definitely see a lot of change. You'll definitely see inch loss around your tummy area.
Right.
And I emphasize inch loss.
Inch loss.
Yes.
Because that's what Technoshape is about.
Exactly.
Moving those dreaded inches from your waistline.
Exactly.
Okay, and the course is 12 sessions.
Yes.
So you can spread this over 3 months.
Exactly.
And you can begin to see some good things happen.
Exactly.
And you know, the problem with most people is it's taken time to get to that waistline that you have.
Yeah.
It didn't just happen overnight.
Yeah.
And everybody's looking for a quick fix. But
Exactly.
this is you're going to put time in.
Exactly.
You're going to put work in.
Yeah.
You've talked about consistency.
Yes.
And showing up.
Exactly.
But there's something else you've got to do.
Yes.
And that handles the diet.
Exactly.
Tell us more about that.
So as we had mentioned before, remember, we style our body in the kitchen. So same thing, even our slogan says style your body, which means you have to take care of yourself. You have to take care about what you're eating, and therefore at least they marry each other. You know, you're not just coming, you work out. Once you step out, like 2-3 minutes, you're already trying to get, like, you know, unhealthy
You're hydrating with a glass of wine.
Exactly.
Or 2.
And saying, yay, I
Or
did
maybe
my
even 4
techno
glasses.
shape.
A whole bottle once you've opened it.
Exactly. So yeah, you have to keep yourself accountable. And that's why we say we wouldn't want a case where a client comes in and then we're telling them you'll get inch loss, and then they go out there, they probably don't eat right, but then they're still coming for their sessions and there's no change. So obviously a client would get disappointed, and that's not what we want to do. We're here to try and walk you through it, and we'll tell you what to eat. So we will give you nutritional advice. We'll give you a guide that tells you this is what would ideally want you to be eating, this is what would want you to avoid. And then also let's talk about portion control. Let's talk about how much are you hydrating? What are you using to hydrate? Exactly.
Let's just be clear here.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So what exactly are you like using to hydrate? And most times we say water,
yes.
you know, or like, you know, not wine. Not wine for sure. Right. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot to it, but we usually say it's very easy. And if you're determined and if you really want to actually achieve your goals, it's very, very possible. So we personalize the program according to what you actually want to achieve at the end of the day.
So it's almost time for me to get on the machine, but before I do that, what are the benefits of signing up now?
Yeah.
I mean, I know Technoshape is promising me something good,
yes.
and in 3 months I'm going to be checking it out and enjoying myself.
Yes.
But why should I sign up now and not next week or next month?
Well, as you said, because you do have goals that you want to achieve, so the earlier the better. But even better, we actually do have a 50% offer that's going on.
No way.
So if you do sign up today, you will actually get to benefit that, and you'll get to experience the Technoshape you know, sessions for a discounted price.
I'm liking that. I begin to work on my goals at half the price.
Yes.
That I can definitely live
You can?
with, because we've already cleared the first half of this year, and for many people their goals are still,
yes.
They haven't even begun.
Yes.
So if you can get started and working on it now, that's definitely a good thing.
Yeah.
But it's not just about signing up and making use of the offer.
Mm-hmm.
You've told me before, and I think you want to insist and stress
yes.
again, it's really down to me.
Yes.
Because it's one thing to say, I'm going to do this, but actually doing it, that's where the trick is.
Yes, definitely. And I'll echo what you've just said, and I keep saying this quite a lot, because I mean, if you think about it, there's so many times where we will sign up something and then you go the first 2 sessions and then afterwards you're like, you know what, I'm not going again, or like you're expecting results too quickly. Because remember, the weight that you actually added did not come in one day. This is something that has been accumulating with time. So you also have to be very patient, and obviously you will see the results if you're consistent and if you're disciplined. And we'll definitely walk you through the journey. We're here to hold your hand, my team and I. You know, we'll definitely remind you, call you and tell you, remember you have your session on so-and-so date. It's a very fun experience, but once again, it needs to come from you as well.
Okay, so this marks the beginning of my 12 sessions. How long is a session?
Yay. Well, just 40 minutes, Sheila, 40 minutes.
40?
Just 40 minutes. It's very doable,
I
very
thought you were
doable.
going to say 75 minutes. 40 minutes is easy.
Yeah.
I think I can do this.
You definitely can. So 40 minutes, it's very timed, 40 minutes on the Technoshape and 40 minutes on the treadmill as well.
Okay, on the treadmill, am I going to have to start running immediately?
No.
Or I'm just about to discover, and you walk me through that.
I'll definitely walk you through that, but don't worry. No running, no looking like a hot mess, don't worry.
No running, no looking like I can do this.
It's very doable.
I am ready.
And
let's do this, guys. You ready? Yeah, I'm going to style my body with Technoshape. You sign up and style your body.
Exactly.
But here's what you can expect when you sign up. Here I am, and I've got this, I call it a belt, but it's not a belt, is it?
It's a pressure chamber. How are you feeling? Is it well?
I feel like
comfortable.
I feel like I've got a socialite waist now. Can I go
Already?
home with this?
No.
The only thing is, I've got little tubes sticking out.
Yes. So what happens is, first of all, as you can see, it has to be in contact with your skin.
Yeah.
Okay. And then now what will happen is I'll ask my colleague to just come in, and then she'll strap on the machine tubes onto the pressure chamber before you can begin your workout.
All right. So I get on the treadmill?
Yes.
Cool. Oh!
There you go.
Hold this. I can feel constriction around my waist.
Okay. And how does it feel? Is it comfortable? Is it
Oh dear, oh wow, ripples, ripples, many ripples. Hey, wait, this incline is for going to heaven. Madam. Oh, wow. 40 minutes. This is minute 2. And this is great for both men and women.
Yes, and that's the added benefit with Technoshape. It's not just for women, it's also for men. Because, I mean, you'll still hear men complaining about the pot belly, the beer belly, we've heard it all. So at least, you know, it accommodates for both genders.
Right. And you check posture, like, you know, no slouching.
Yes, no slouching.
But there's something about the belt, you can't slouch with it on.
Yeah, exactly. It's impossible to do. Otherwise, you'll start getting uncomfortable. So as you can see, your heart rate is at about 132, which is okay. Yeah. So that's doable.
Okay.
And we want to keep you between 130 to 40, nothing more than that.
Right.
Obviously, then you start panting. And then obviously, as I said, we want to make sure that, you know, you're within the fat burning zone. When we try and explain the technique, we always say that at the end of the day, you're actually doing work. You're doing your cardio as you have the Technoshape on you. Yeah. So you're not just lying down and having a massage done or something like that.
No, it's work.
So you are putting in the work. Yeah. Yeah.
You are invested.
Yeah. And wait and see how much you'll sweat.
I
by the time you're done.
I can feel it first of all under my big hair. I'm like, oh no. Yes!
Yes, ooh. And your 40 minutes are done. 266 calories. How are you feeling?
Wow! Like, someone give me a medal, a kikombe, a cup, something.
Yes, we shall clap for you.
Oh my gosh.
Well done, well done. That was really good. And yeah, you can see how are you tired?
Here, you know, it's warm. I feel crazy warm.
Exactly. Exactly. That's the exact
I can feel the sweat trickling down my back.
Yeah. All right. So then I can stop this for you.
Stopping.
And then I'll just get my colleague to just unstrap you.
Okay. Oh. Oh, yeah.
Stepping down.
Oh.
Okay. And then we can just get her to unstrap that for you.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
It's quite sweaty.
It's quite sweaty. You can see even on the belt, you tend to see quite a bit of sweat around.
Yeah, so look.
Exactly.
So this is what's been trickling down my back.
The whole way.
Oh gosh, I feel like cleaning it up.
No,
nobody should be dealing with this.
No, we'll actually, what we usually do is that we make sure we sanitize it very well, obviously for hygiene purposes, and then we hang it before obviously
the next
any other.
client.
Yeah.
I will tell you this, when I work out and I'm walking, and I usually do a lot of walking, I've only just started running, but when I walk, I don't walk as fast as I was walking today, and the gradient was even higher than what I do.
Okay.
So I feel like I've pushed myself, challenged myself, and done good. I mean, I was looking at those calories, I was like, I'm coming for you, I'm coming for you.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're quite impressed. No, it's really good to push yourself, and you can see you don't really have to be running to be able to still achieve those results. And once again, you have the pressure chamber on you, so at least it's still working on the fat burning around that area.
Cool.
Yeah.
Quick one, because you know I like my food.
Yes.
And the question here is, I mean, we know we've talked about portion control and what it is that you're going to eat.
Yeah.
But the question for me is, when do you eat?
Yes.
If you're going to work out using the Technoshape, when you put it on, you know, because there's a lot of pressure that's exerted here, how long should you take before you work out and a heavy meal, or how long should you take between a heavy meal and working out?
Okay.
with Technoshape?
Yeah. So if you're going to have a heavy meal, at least wait 1 or 2 hours before you actually come and, do the Technoshape session. And then in terms of what do you eat after, we usually say try and have your lean meat, your chicken, your protein, obviously a good portion, but then not too much, and then more vegetables, obviously. And then in terms of the starch or like the carbohydrates, you try to have that at least 4 hours after. And then again, it's not just any type of carbs. You're not trying to go and have your fast foods and everything. So exactly, like, yay, I did my session, let me go and just binge eat or something. So, obviously just going, your whole grains, if you're able to have your brown rice and so on and so forth, or even just like white rice, but obviously small portions. Yeah, and then also, as you said, with timings, if you're going to work out in the evening, then you have to make sure at least, you have your meal before 8 p.m. because you also want to give your body time to digest before you sleep. If you're coming in probably mid-morning hours, then you could easily just grab a fruit, like let's say maybe a banana before you come and work out, just to give you that energy. But then obviously you don't want to be eating too much and then you come for the workout immediately.
It can be very uncomfortable.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, but everything is possible. So that was session 1.
Yes.
I've got 11 more sessions to go.
Please.
But it still boils down to me.
Exactly. And you heard what I told you the first time. You have to make sure like you're very consistent, you're very disciplined. And because at the end of the day, these are your goals. We will hold your hand, we will remind you. I have a team that's very helpful. They'll remind you, they'll call you, but then you also have to really put in the work and put in the effort. Right. And I know you'll definitely make it through. It's a journey at the end of the day. Yeah.
Thank you for a great time. I truly
enjoyed
ladies. Myself. Hello.
Oh, Shida, you're around?
Yes, I am.
You just done your session?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
And it was fantastic.
You enjoyed it?
Completely. Now this is Joyce Kariuki, and she is the managing director of Technoshape. What an incredible time I've had.
Oh, is that so?
Yes.
Okay.
I've got 11 more sessions to go. I've only done 1 today.
Wow, is that so? Back. Don't worry, you get there. I started like that.
Yes.
You can see I've lost a bit of the
inches.
Inches, yeah. It was worse than this.
No.
Yeah. So it's a journey that you're taking, and we are going to work together. I hope they have told you, they've taken you through all that is supposed to be done.
Yes.
Okay.
They've helped me understand a lot about why this is so hard to shift.
Yeah.
So I get it.
So you take care. There are those about hydrating yourself, watching on what you're eating, consistency. Because now you cannot just come and then you break. When is your second session?
In 3 days' time.
Okay.
And I know it really boils down to me. It's my waist anyway.
You like it. You like it. I promise that you like it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I'll leave you to work out. You're looking glorious.
Thank you. Yeah, you can see I'm so amped.
I can see.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so I'm going to hit the showers. Style your body with Technoshape. They've got some amazing offers. Check it out. Sign up. And you will love your waistline. Get it back, people. Get it snatched.